on the Scary Mommies website. And among other things, we got to talking about paternity fraud. And there were so many guys who called in with these crazy, harrowing stories about paternity fraud. And so I said, okay, this is a show that we absolutely need to do. Oh, yeah, Alex in Kansas City. Okay, so apparently I got it wrong. You said that your father was a product of an affair, but you were not. Is that correct?
No, I am.
Oh, you are. Okay. So you were a product of an affair.
Yeah.
And...
So take after him in more ways than one, I guess.
Okay.
But trying to think. I want to try and get the dates right, but he's not the guy he's not my father, but the man who raised me and his sister are both the product of an affair. He married some woman. Anyway, she cheated. I was the product of the first affair, and then I have a couple siblings. I have no idea if they know or are the product of an affair because I've kind of been cast out from the family because after I want to make sure I get all the dates right because the
dates don't matter. Just give us
in college when
give us the details.
I was in college when all this happened, so I was kind of drinking very heavily and very stressed. So
yeah, of course,
memory is not the greatest. But so let's see here. I found out, and my dad and I got a paternity test, and after it came back negative, I still remember it would have been his last words to me, but they were going to be, I will forget you. Not I will forgive you, I will forget you.
Oh, my God, dude. Dude, no wonder you drink heavily, man.
He just never wanted anything to do with me, and I think part of the reason is because I think he suspected the affair for years.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, he probably was like, well, is it me? Is it some other guy? So
wow.
It's just our relationship was ruined.
So the man who raised you thought he was your biological father. He suspected that he might not be?
For about 20-something years, yeah.
Wow. And finally he said, listen, let's get this paternity test. It comes back negative. He's like, I got to forget you, man.
Yeah, he was done.
Yeah.
I
hope you understand.
I hope
you understand.
In the hospital.
Well, I understand.
Sorry,
but I hope you understand that you and I know it's not easy, but you can't take that personally. It's not that he wants to forget about you, the guy who raised you. But you are the physical manifestation
of the I don't.
Okay.
I mean it does hurt.
Of course.
Because I wish, I'm thinking, well, listen, it's I would understand if I was, a baby and there's, no bond or anything. But, I'm thinking, well, we've known each other for still 20 plus years. You taught me a lot and you're just going to cut the cord. So, that's.
God. And he's not around now? You said he passed?
No, he won't. No, he's still he's still around. I reached out to him not too long ago because I heard he was in the hospital, and I just wanted to, see if maybe he felt just somewhat differently. And he said no. And honestly, that's one of my regrets is I kind of wish I hadn't because he made it very clear that I don't want to see you, and I kind of went against that, and I wish I hadn't.
Jesus Christ, man. Well, thanks for calling in, Alex, and I'm sorry you're in that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're in that situation. Listen, man, I'm not a father, at least not that I know of. But I know, like, dude, when you find out your girlfriend is cheating or has cheated on you, there's no other pain like it. There just isn't, as far as a man is concerned. Like, there is no other, and I could probably explain it, but I'm not going to because it would probably take too long. But to know that your woman willingly allowed another man to enter her body, there is no, that is the silver bullet. That is the silver bullet. That is the worst way. That is the worst way a woman could hurt a man. It gets worse than that. is having the child of another man while you are married. Dude, listen, man. Dude, when I think about the pain, like the gut shot, like your body goes cold, it's oh my God. But that's just cheating. If I'm a father of 3 and I find out that my middle child is not mine, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Dude, I can't imagine that. All right. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what that must feel like. God almighty. Oh my God. Dude. Oh. That is the dude, listen, man. That is the worst. That is the worst of the worst. Oh God. Oh Jesus, dude. I just think about how I feel when I get cheated on. But to find out that my wife, because not here's the thing, there's only certain times of the month when a woman can get pregnant. Very rarely does a woman have sex with a man once or twice and gets pregnant. It's usually during ovulation, right? Which explains an awful lot. But when you found out that your wife had an affair and he impregnated her, this means he fucked her countless times raw. He fucked her raw enough to get her pregnant. And she carried it to term, probably knowing that that wasn't his kid. I can't imagine it, man. I cannot imagine that. I cannot imagine that, man. I couldn't imagine. That is immeasurable pain, man. That really is.
I was telling the guy that I have a friend. When I first started my red pill journey, as a guy I know, I'm not gonna say his name, but I used to work nights as a bartender.
Okay.
Okay. And I worked at a 4-star restaurant, and this is back when I was in college. And there was a guy that worked with us. He was a cook for the 4-star restaurant.
Okay.
And he was married. He had 5 children. Okay. And one of his kids got sick and needed like a transplant for like a kidney or whatever. He wanted to give his kidney to his kid. His wife was like, no, don't do that. And he kept pressing and trying to do it. He found out kid wasn't his.
Oh,
all right.
God.
And then he found out 3 of the 5 kids weren't his.
Oh my God. Oh my God. 3 of the 5 weren't his. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. Married 20 years.
Oh.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
But you know the thing is, he worked nights, man. He worked nights, and that was the thing. I mean, like you said, bored. Like I guess you got bored, right? Or I don't fucking know. I mean, I could tell you that I mean, he's a good guy, man. And
of course he is, but that's not what it. Listen,
and,
that's the thing. He's a good guy, but women don't respect good guys. Women, and I'll let you finish here.
Exactly.
But this is the quintessential example. Women are always, well, where have all the good men gone? Why do women treat men like crap? Well, this is why. Because when you treat women with respect, they end up shitting on you. 60% of this man's kids do not belong to him biologically. Unbelievable. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the sad part is, man, I learned a lot just based on his just life. I mean, because, dude, I got immediate paternity tests on my son when he was born. But people thought I was crazy. Even my son, like, why would you do that? I mean, from experience. Like you said, where the good guys going, this type of stuff that they do creates the kind of guys that they're complaining about.
There you go.
Okay.
That's it.
And the sad part is this, man. He was one of those pro-black, I'll never date a white woman type of guys. And this black woman, did him like this. Okay. And I mean, it's you can say what you want to say. It's kind of a learning lesson. You know, I mean,
well, I will
all
say
this bullshit.
Listen, I will say this, and I'm definitely, anyone who follows my channel knows that I am a staunch proponent, advocator of interracial relationships. You do not have to date inside of your race. The reason why black women want to shame us for dating outside of our race is because we can, right? When black women get with white guys,
exactly.
we cheer them, hey, hooray, hallelujah, because we know that the average white guy doesn't prefer the average black woman. But what you have to understand is that paternity fraud is rampant in all races. Whether she's black, white, Hispanic. I mean, this isn't really a racial thing. This is a cultural thing. Western women are committing paternity fraud. Dude, 3 of this man's 5 children are not his. And this is something else, caller. Listen, this is something else, caller, that women don't think about. Right. And we talked about this earlier with Alex in Kansas City. What women, what they
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is Jim Ed, by the way, man.
Yeah,
Jim
I know who
Ed.
you are. Yeah,
Sorry.
I know who you are. Yeah, you're a long time follower.
Okay.
The thing is, man, is that women want to avoid accountability so much that they are willing to put the lives of their very children at risk. Because again, if you don't really know the medical history of the guy you had the baby with, or maybe you do, but at the hospital, you can't put that there, right? Because listen, the husband, or the supposed father is going to say, well, wait a minute, I don't have high blood pressure in my family. I don't have kidney disease in my family. What's going on here? Then the truth comes out. Then you have a situation where the kid needs a kidney transplant. Maybe part of his liver needs to be transplanted. Maybe he needs a bone marrow transplant. Guess what? The father wants to, well, I'm going to give this kid my kidney. He's my fucking kid. Then you find out that that's not really your kid. But now the kid's life is at risk because now you got to put him on a donor list. Unbelievable, man.
You know what the really sad part is, man? Is that, he really loved those kids. Oh my he really did. That's the most fucked up part about it. When I found out what happened, and the sad part is this happens to a lot of guys, but they're just so embarrassed. They're so ingrained in the pride and everything that they can't come. They don't want to tell anybody or admit it or come forward with it. So they're just gonna hide it and hold on to it. But it's a lot of guys, man, that are waking up with this red pill, bro. And man, and thanks for you, man. I love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. I'm gonna put some money in the chat for you.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for calling, Jim Ed, longtime follower, longtime listener of mine. Dude, 3 of the 5 kids are not yours, man. Like, that is insane. That's insane. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. 1 is enough. That is soul crushing for a man. Oh God. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Daughters wasn't his. He was in the Navy, and he had to have a procedure. And when he got them all tested, the only one that matched was his youngest daughter. Oh. So he raised all the other daughters, not knowing that they wasn't his biological daughters.
Oh my God!
It's just you see this type of stuff all the time. So he was just hurt from that, but he's still involved with the girls because he said he has a relationship with them. But he said it's kind of like a stab in the back that his wife can be like that shady. Like every time she's out to see him, it seemed like she was with a different dude. And being in the line that I work, I respond to these military bases all the time. These women cheating all the time. They move the boyfriends in, and then they want us to kick them out. And we explain to them by law, you got to give them a 30-day notice. Well, they be like, my husband coming back tomorrow. So we had one female we told earlier during the day. She had to evict the boyfriend from the base housing. So later on, she called at like 5 o'clock in the morning and claimed that he raped her.
Oh.
But turns out he was living there when we spoke to the neighbor, and she was pregnant by him. So she's white, the boyfriend's black, husband white. So I don't know how she was going to explain that, on how she got pregnant. But it's just crazy some of the stuff that you deal with.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Let me get this straight. Let's talk about your first buddy. Are we talking about the same person here?
No. There's 2 separate stories.
Okay, so let me go.
The first buddy.
Yeah.
That's a friend of mine. But the other one, the second story is what I'm a police officer, and that happened to be one of the calls I responded to, trying to kick the guy out.
Right.
Earlier that day.
I want to talk about the first story. So you said your buddy had how many daughters? How many daughters is he in
4.
possession of? 4, and only one of them
4
is
daughters.
his.
And the youngest one is his.
Oh my God.
The older 3 are not his.
And he was under the impression that all 4 daughters belonged to him biologically.
Yeah, he was in the Navy.
Oh my God, this is insane. This is insane. Listen, this is exactly why. And thanks for the call, man. This is exactly why channels like this exist. Our detractors are always throwing the same, who hurt you? Not all women. No. And then women want to lie. I don't know any women like that. Yes, you do. You're lying to win an argument. Paternity fraud, I'm going to tell you what, paternity fraud is more rampant than even I ever thought. Holy God. Are you serious? Dude had 5 kids, 3 not his. 4 kids, 3 not his. That is...
Yeah, man, I'm doing great. I just wanted to add my story to the mix. So I have one younger brother, and my mom had me real young. But then she had some mental health problems that started coming up, and one of the manifestations of that is hypersexuality. So she starts like banging all kinds of dudes, cheating on my dad, and he's going to divorce her. Well, right before he goes to serve her divorce papers, she's like, oh, wait, I'm pregnant. And so he doesn't move forward with the divorce, and she has my brother. Now, all of the men going back 3 generations on my side have dark hair, dark eyes, dark, tan, Caucasian skin. My brother comes out, light hair, light eyes, light skin, blue eyes, don't look nothing like any of the men in our family going back to forever, ever. And so it was after that like things got even worse. And it later came out that the guy who is the most likely father of what is probably my half-brother is, wait for it, my dad's best friend that he took with him up through the ranks of his job and got him multiple promotions. And yet, while he's out of town traveling and trying to move on up the corporate ladder, his homeboy is back home on the home front, banging his wife, my mom, and that's probably the dad of what I think is my half-brother and not my real brother.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, my God, this is insane. Does your half-brother know about this? Or, do you think he knows? Like, where's his knowledge in all this?
I think he might suspect it, but he and my dad have been estranged since he was about 18 or 19. They had a falling out because, again, they're nothing alike. But what lends additional credence to my theory that I don't think is a theory is he looks like a combination of mom and dad's best friend and has all of the health problems and mental health problems that my mom has, but interestingly, nothing that tends to afflict the men on my dad's side. So you do the math.
God almighty, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. Thanks for calling, man. Thanks for calling in. So to get you guys warmed up to what we're going to talk about, we are going to go back to scary mommies. And this time, I typed in the search suggestion DNA test. And to say that that there were not some gems in on this particular search would be an understatement, because there were absolutely positively some gems in here, to be sure. The phone lines are open right now. 516-387-1987, 516-387-1987. Call in with your paternity test story. So let's get started here. I just scrolled through the first few here. So the first one says, did a DNA test, unsurprised by the half results, weirded out by the other half. Most of my identity was tied to family tales, but some of them weren't true. It feels like I'm starting fresh, and I have distant blood relatives all over the world. Cool. Okay, so that's a good one. Look at this. Finally got a DNA test done. I have always known that I am not my amazing dad's biological kid, but I just need to know. I don't want to hurt him, and I don't want relationships, but health scares me, but health scares tell me there are some darker secrets in my past, and my mom won't tell. You see, we talked about this yesterday. Here this kid knows, got a DNA test done. He knows he's not his dad's biological son. He knows he's not. But because he doesn't want to destroy the relationship between his father and his slut of a mother, he doesn't want to say anything. His mom knows, but his mom doesn't know that he knows. His dad doesn't know anything. But just like we talked about yesterday, health scares. Health scares tell me that there are some darker secrets in my past and mom won't tell. Well, obviously. Obviously. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. Listen, man, when a woman has a child with a man outside her marriage, doesn't tell the husband, then all the health record stuff goes right out the window. I think that guy said something about his mom wanted to or his dad wanted to donate a kidney. Found out he wasn't a match because that kid is not his. Ay, ay, ay. Hope that jerk who lied about being a child missing from 2011 gets sued into next week. Whatever. We think we read this one yesterday about the car medic. This is funny. This one's really funny. With so many people getting DNA test kits now, I wonder how many others with secret pasts are freaking out. Will that child from an affair or kid you walked out on track you down? Fuck you. Fuck you. Get the hell out of here. What is she talking about? Dude, half the men don't know. Dude, there are so many men who have children who have no idea they have children. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here with that. Like a man knew at the time of conception, ooh, I knocked her up. I better get out of here. No guy walks out on a kid because of DNA test kit. No, it's the mother that keeps that kid from him. So she's trying to say that these DNA tests are going to reveal how many deadbeat dads we have out there. No. These DNA tests reveal how many slutty mothers we have out there, how many slutty wives we have out there. Fuck you with that. I swear to God, dude, I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it when women know. Women know that a certain concept like paternity fraud, when they are clearly at fault, they still try to find a way to turn it around. Will that child from an affair or kid you walked out on track you down? No, bitch. You want to know why? Because mom doesn't tell the kid that that's the fucking father. That's why. Ain't nobody coming back to bite nobody in the ass. He didn't walk out on the kid. Mom walked out on him. The kid thinks that some other poor schmuck is his dad. The guy who's the actual biological father, he has no fucking idea. How can you walk out on a kid you did not know existed? I cannot stand these bitches, dude. Like, seriously, get the fuck out of here with this, man. I'm scared my adopted daughter will use a 23andMe type DNA test to find out she's adopted. Oof. That would suck. That would really suck. Husband's ex came back around playing her it isn't game with her son, says it's hubby's, then turns around and says it's not when he brings up doing a DNA test. So fed up with this BS. See, now here's another case. Here is another case of women using... Now, this is funny because what women are trying to do now is even though they... When they know that their husbands or boyfriends have suspicions that the child is not his when it is understood that it is... Well, fuck you. Henry is not your kid anyway. Can you imagine what that does to a man when a woman does that? This is unbelievable. This is one. Look at this. I hope to fucking Christ my middle daughter never has a funky rare disease that requires DNA testing because I do not think she is the husband's. She might be, but I doubt it. Translation. I had unprotected sex with a man who was not my husband between pregnancies. This is her middle child. So she had a child with her husband before. Then she had an affair, got pregnant. Then she had another child, presumably with her husband. She says she might be, but I doubt it. Yeah, that's that alpha seed. That's that alpha seed. You see, when a woman is having an affair, when a wife is having an affair, she's not wanting to have sex with the husband. The only sex she has with the husband is pity sex. How much you want to bet she's douching herself out? After the husband blasts his load, she's douching herself. But guess what? When she goes and sleeps, has unprotected sex with the paramour, she's not douching herself. No. She's trying to suck that stuff in. She's trying to get all that alpha seed. She's trying to get... Dude, these women, man, I swear to God, these women are trifling, dude. These women are trifling. Here's one. I believe lying about a child's paternity to protect yourself from the consequences of infidelity should be a crime with jail time. I found out by DNA test due to a genetic defect, and my mother has lost me forever. I'll never forgive her. I think we might have read this yesterday. But yes. This is, man. Unbelievable. Now, this is a very hurt child, man. This is a hurt kid. This is a kid who just found out that the person he thought was his biological father was not his. How you doing, man?
All right, pretty good. Just saw the topic, walked in, and when you were talking about paternity, it reminded me, I think, of a video you broke down. Wasn't it that woman, she was with her guy, they had a kid, but then she had a relationship, and then with a guy, then, I guess didn't tell the guy she was with or the other guy that they were screwing around. They both dumped her, but then she said, oh, I had, rough sex or something with the guy she was with, got pregnant, but, I think you had said, and we all suspected she was probably pregnant by the other guy, and then it ended up getting an abortion.
Yep. That was it, man. There was actually a couple that I did. There were a couple breakdowns I did it. There was that one. There was actually a video breakdown I did with Adina Rivers where her and her boyfriend, they were in a relationship and she wanted to open the relationship. He obviously didn't want to, but of course, because of his scarcity mindset, he allowed it because Adina Rivers is a beautiful woman. Like even though she's 37, she's still a smoke show. This guy thinking Adina was really the only decent looking woman that he could get, he decided to stay with her. This hurt him. He was obviously in pain. He starts sleeping with another girl. Then, surprise, surprise, Adina cuts it off with the other guy and decides, no, I don't want to open the relationship anymore now that I see that you can get other women. So then he says, all right, I'll stop seeing this other girl and be in this relationship with you. Then she starts sleeping with the other guy, and then she gets pregnant. Then there was that I think it was like Dear Deidre article that I broke down. 23-year-old girl, 26-year-old boyfriend. His best friend is 26. She says she slept with him every Thursday for a month and ended up pregnant, which was a fucking lie because it is almost impossible to get pregnant having sex with one person once a week. No, he was raw dogging you every day of the week, and now that you're caught, you're trying to make yourself sound like less of a slut. Then, of course, Deidre said, hey, listen, let's concentrate let's not concentrate on the what, let's concentrate on why you had the affair. Maybe your boyfriend was responsible let's talk about your boyfriend's role in the responsibility for you running into the best friend's arms. So, yeah, man, this stuff is never going to stop, dude.
Right. And another thing is my ex-wife, her best friend at the time, because like you said, women are only friends, for so long.
Right.
No longer friends, surprise, surprise. Right. I was telling her that she was no good. But this woman had 3 kids with the guy, but it turns out the middle child, just like that article said, isn't his, but he doesn't know because she never told him.
Jesus Christ. So the middle kid isn't his, but he still doesn't know?
Right. He still doesn't know because, he thinks, he had all 3 kids with her, but he was in the military. She was pregnant with the first child. He went off, got stationed, but of course came back, and then he saw each other. Told him she got pregnant, and, he went back off for duty. He came back, then had a third child, but my, ex told me like, that's not his kid.
Unbelievable, man. And he still doesn't know. And guess what? When she decides to divorce him, guess what? He's going to have to pay child support for a kid that is not biologically his.
Oh, they're already divorced for years, and he's paying for it.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine paying child support and here's the thing. There are a lot of guys who know that the kid is not biologically his, but there's nothing they can do about it. You want to know why? Because he signed the birth certificate. That's why. I'll give you the last word.
Right. No, it was just that, and seeing it more and more. A guy currently worked with at the TV station told me a story. He was with this girl for 4 or 5 years. They had a kid. After they broke up, she took him to court. He was like, oh, well, I might as well get the DNA test just to be sure. He was thinking it's mine. Turns out the kid wasn't his. Mm-hmm. Woman tried to say, oh, the DNA test was wrong, or it's your child, but it wasn't his kid.
Apollo 137, I appreciate the call. Checking in from Pittsburgh, PA.
A couple weeks later, her friend comes to say she's pregnant. I say, well, if she don't come and tell me, she's not pregnant by me.
Okay.
Now, mind you, I know people that have slept with this young lady at the time. We're all in college. We're having a good time.
Sure.
And so she finally comes and says, hey, I'm pregnant. I say, look, I live in Cleveland. You live in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm broke. I mean, I got a little bit of money, but I'm not doing too much. I'm in college. I don't know where I'm going.
Right.
It's not a good idea. Well, I already told my mom, so I'm going to have it. I said, look, this is all the money I have. Here's $1,000. Just take care of it and keep the rest.
Okay.
She took the money. Week later, come back, give me the money back, say, I just couldn't do it. Okay, so we get in an argument, and she says, well, I don't give a fuck if the kid is yours or not.
Oh.
I'm 19 years old. All you have to do is leave the door cracked open a little bit, and I'm through it. She said she didn't care and didn't not trying to find out, so I just walked away from the situation.
There you go. There you go, man.
6 years later, I'm getting letters in the mail to my mom's house because that's where I was living when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So my mom is calling me. I say, hey, open the letter, read it. What is it? I don't know who it's from. Blah, blah, blah. You have a daughter. She's been asking about her dad. I finally decided to tell her.
Oh, boy.
Now, I haven't spoken to this woman in damn near 7 years.
Right.
So now, you know, my family's like, oh, wow, might have a grandkid, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's see. In my heart, I knew the kid wasn't mine. And once the kid got here, my family saw the kid and fell in love, and it was over.
Oh, boy.
And
really?
So I never really got the DNA test. She never put me on child support. We never had an argument about what I was doing or what I wasn't doing, which always led me to believe and know in my heart that this isn't my kid. She's 25 now. I've been thinking over the last few months it's time to get this test and figure it out. You know, she just finished college. I didn't want to tell her prior to. She was a great student. I didn't want to, like, change the trajectory of her life, you know?
Well, I'll tell you this.
Well,
I'll tell you this. When she said, I don't care who the father is, she said that to hurt you. When she says, I don't care who the father is, translation, I was having unprotected sex with other men. At the same time, I was having unprotected sex with you. Number two, the reason she didn't want to take the money is because she saw the bigger paycheck. In her mind, why am I going to take $1,000 to get rid of it when I can just put this dude on 18 years of child support? Now, she didn't put you on child support, and you were very fortunate about that. But here's what's happening now, okay? What she's doing at this point, Paul, is she has probably contacted every guy she was sleeping with at that time. She's probably sleeping with 5 or 6 guys. They all probably got the same letter, Paul. They all probably got the same letter. And what she is hoping for is at least one sucker is going to step up and say, you know what? I'm going to take responsibility. She has no idea who the father of her daughter is. No idea. And because she's broke and she's destitute and her life is not going anywhere, she's going to try to get one of you 5 or 6 dudes who hit it raw with impunity to try to step up and get put on and volunteer to get put on 18 years of child support. So listen, I agree with you. I would want to know, because I wouldn't want to have a bastard kid running around. I just want you to understand that you're not the only dude that got that letter. She sent that letter to at least 4 or 5 other dudes, fam. You can count on that. You can count. I'm telling you, you can count on that, man.
These are all things I know, but my mom and my sisters, they were just like, oh, this baby looks just like you,
listen,
I didn't bite on that.
Of course,
fish.
they tell you that because they're your mother and your sisters. Because if you had a dad and your brothers, your dad and your brothers would be saying, "Oh, this baby looks nothing like you." Listen, you're going to get the test, right? But regardless of what they say the baby looks like, if the kid is yours, it's yours. They want the kid to be yours. That's why they're saying it looks like you. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But you're going to have to understand that they're women. Of course, they're going to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know. I just didn't want to be a jerk and kind of like take the young lady's ambition and focus away from doing what she wanted to do, to try to be on the search to find her father.
Let me explain something.
I got you. I fell on my sword. I understand that.
No, and listen, it's good that you're doing this for your potential daughter. Do not do this for your slut of a potential baby mama. Okay? Because, and I'm actually going to be putting out a video, and this is in the 49 laws of Sharpe. Never ever feel sorry for a woman who gets fucked over by a guy. Even if she really does get screwed over by him, for every one guy that screws over a woman, she has done exactly that same thing to 30 other guys. Oh my God, I can't believe he cheated on me. She cheated on her last 15 boyfriends. Oh my God, he got another girl pregnant. She committed paternity fraud with the last 2 guys that she was with. Or she got an abortion unbeknownst to the guy. Or he gave her the money for the Noit Roba, and she took the money, had the kid anyway, and put him on 18 years of child support. Not trying to hear it, man. I'll give you the last
Donovan, you know what? Donovan, I know the game.
Okay.
I just fell on my sword one time. I just did an honorable thing I shouldn't have done. And now it's time to get the truth, and that's it. But I love your show, man. Your
I would want to know.
Listen,
you're doing the right thing. I would want to know. If that kid is not yours, dude, block that bitch and never talk to that hoe again, man.
So, yeah. So I met this wonderful girl. We started dating. And so we're, having sex. And I started noticing that there's guy stuff around her house. So I decided to just ask, whose is it? And she's, my brother's,
Oh, God.
So, but there's something that, So there's something that I don't like it. So we had sex again that night. Accident happened. Condom broke. But I decided to just not deal with her because I think she might be cheating.
Okay.
So fast forward about 18 months. I haven't seen her for 18 months. I get a phone call like, hey, how are you? Out of nowhere. How are you? What are you doing? And I go, hi, I'm fine. And she's like, I'm around your area. And immediately I ask, what's with you? And she's like
what's up with that?
Twins. So I was like, oh, how old are they? And the dates match. So I was like, So I go, so are they mine? And she's like, I don't know. I'm calling you because I want to do a DNA test. So we go and make a...
Now, hang on a second.
Pay $500 to do a
Hold on, Joey. Hold on, Joey from Iowa. Now, do you see what you just did there? She has a kid, but she wants to do a DNA test. Literally, she told you she cheated on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is, man.
Yeah, it gets more exciting than that because we do the DNA test. And as we doing the DNA test, because before it used to wait almost a week to get the answer.
Right.
So we keep talking. And then I realized she didn't cheat on me. She's getting a divorce from her husband, which she had at the time. And it wasn't her brother's boots, it was her husband's boots. What? When I went to her house.
Whoa! Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Because I've been in this position before. So your girlfriend was actually married at the time. She gets pregnant.
Yes.
She wants to do a DNA test because she doesn't know if the kid is yours or her husband's. Not because she wants to know, but because she's getting a divorce and now she needs a way to get child support.
Yes.
Oh my God.
But this is not the worst.
Oh, it gets worse?
The thing is, yes, it gets worse. The thing is, so she already knows it's not the husband's because they're going through the divorce. So they asked for the court to do the DNA test for child support and all of that.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for, because they're twins. So I'm waiting for the answer, and I think I'm screwed because if it's not, then that means it's me.
Dude, yeah, man.
And guess what?
Let me ask you this. Have you taken the test yet?
Oh, no, yeah. I took the test. This was years back. So we took the test. It took about a week to get. But they were not mine either. So at the same time that she was cheating on the husband with me, she must have had another guy on the side.
Oh, my God.
Because they were not mine either.
Oh my God! So it turned out not to be yours.
No, it turned out to be mine, so I'm lucky. But they were not the husbands either. So this girl had more than 2-3 guys at the same time.
Unbelievable.
And
This woman,
I thought she was cheating on me, and that's why I left her.
right, Joey, she wasn't cheating on you. She was cheating on her husband with you. This is unbelievable. Listen, Joey, thank you very much for the phone call. Guys, now, I've never had a pregnancy scare quite like that before, but this literally happened to me. I dated a girl, you guys know the story. Her name was Tatiana. Dude, honestly, man, like the only woman that I've ever had stronger feelings for than her was Amy. You guys know that story. The point is I thought I was Tatiana's boyfriend for 8 months. Turns out I was the side dude. The entire time I was dating her, she had a boyfriend. She had a boyfriend, and I was the dude. She wasn't cheating on me. She was cheating on her boyfriend with me. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. You cannot make this stuff up, guys. This is why this community exists, man. Girls are always in our chats, in our DMs. You don't know what you're talking about. Not all women. I don't know any women like this, dude. This stuff happens all the time. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my God. So it wasn't his or her husband's. So now she's got to go and talk to the other guy she was banging unprotected. Oh my God, dude. When wives cheat, they don't use condoms, guys. They do not use condoms when they cheat. Oh my God. Incredible. All right, let's go to area code 619. Go ahead, man.
Military. And, one of my friends, he was engaged. Went to Iraq. This was years ago, like over a decade ago. Went to Iraq. His baby mama or fiance at the time was pregnant. Deploys for about 7 to 8 months. Comes back. Kid gets born. Looks nothing like him.
Oh my God!
We all saw the kid. We were like, "Hey, this is not right. What do we do? Do we tell him?" None of us really. You know how we are. Like,
yeah, we don't want to crush the guy, but we want to tell him the truth.
Yeah, exactly. We don't like to just acknowledge uncomfortable truths. Well, he eventually figured it out on his own, and years later, he does the whole, "Hey, can you believe such and such cheated on me?" And I mean, it's public knowledge. I can tell you the name if you want me to email you the article.
Yeah, email me the article. That'd be great. Thank you. Him. Yeah, I'll redact the names when I.
Okay, will do. He is in California, and he is paying child support, and California has a law for the best interest of the child, even though he proved that he was not the father.
Oh, my God.
Because she did not own up and say, "Hey, look, he's not the father, such and such person is the father," and because he's a responsible adult, he has to pony up and pay for this kid until he's 18 years old.
Oh, my God. So he proved that the kid wasn't his. Hold on. So he proved that the kid was not his, but the state of California still makes him pay child support under the guise of whatever's best for the kid.
I had a question that I was going to ask you about is but it was relevant to a conversation that we were having today at work about military horror stories. One of my coworkers had, he was in a band, he was getting pussy thrown at him from every direction. And when he had his daughter with his girlfriend, they ended up getting a paternity test. And the question I was going to ask you about it, she was feeling some kind of way about it. And even to this day, his daughter is 6, and she's still mad that he called her out on it. And he was just upfront and honest about it, just saying, "Hey, look, you were running around, I'm running around. I want to make sure I wasn't raising somebody's kid." What's up with? I mean, if she was being a hoe, then who cares? But I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I agree, man. I don't think it's funny. I think, Chris, people like to make a bigger deal out of things than they really are. And listen, they're going to find it, just like in the neg one in here in the chat says they'll find anything to stick it to a man. They'll find any way to sort of exonerate women. They always like to absolve women of their terrible behaviors. Why are we worried about it if she was going to be a hoe anyway? I mean, am I missing something, or is that what we're dealing with here?
No. That was it. I was like, I've run into different situations where, like, I get something twisted around for me, and kind of like in the private groups when we're talking, and some of the guys are talking about some of the stuff. I'm like, hey, I've had that shit happen to me where somebody just like, you did the wrong thing, but I'm the one that's in trouble. Like, how does that work?
Yeah,
and it was just, it was a mindset that I didn't quite, I don't know, I just didn't grasp.
Well,
anyway,
I'll put it to you like this, Chris. I don't know if you've read the 49 Laws of Sharpe, but one of the 4 pillars of feminism is removing all responsibility from women while placing it upon men, while simultaneously giving all authority to women while taking it away from men. So what that means in a nutshell is that whatever goes wrong, even if it's a woman's fault, we're going to blame men, right? But by the same token, when it comes to calling the shots in the circumstances, we're going to take away a man's authority and put women in charge. So you put a woman in charge, she fucks something up or she does something irresponsible, we're going to blame the man. That's literally all this is. Even though she was completely to blame for her situation, well, it's the man's fault. No, it's not the man's fault. You had the authority. You had the freedom. No, it's still the man's fault. That's the mind. That is one of the 4 pillars of feminism, is taking away a man's authority, giving it to women, while putting all of the responsibility on men, while absolving women for everything. That's where that's coming from. What guys have to understand is that you can never own a woman. She does not belong to you. She more than likely belongs to the streets. And when a man takes possession, quote unquote, of a woman who belongs to the streets, it's always a rude awakening, man. This dude was dating this woman. He asks her, well, how serious are you? Nick was like, not serious at all. He's like, okay, good, because she's been messaging me. He said, hey, man, hey, all's fair in love and war. Have at it. Now they're serious. Now his buddy's probably thinking in the back of his mind, well, she was DMing me. She was messaging me while she was still messing with my buddy Nick. Wonder how many other guys she has on the line. Guys, women never, ever break up with a guy until they have another guy secured first. It's called branch swinging, raft jumping. Women never get wet. There's always another raft. A woman will never say, Donovan, we're finished, unless there's someone else on the back burner. Most women are serial girlfriend sluts. They always have a boyfriend. Listen, dude, 99.9% of women's relationships, they all overlap with one another. They all overlap with one another. That's what they do. They start one relationship before ending another. And then that relationship, they start another relationship before ending that one. This is how they are. This is how they are.